Hey, everybody, welcome back. Now, I was asked when we decided to do International Women's Day again, were we going to have the same people that were on last year on this year? And I said, well, everybody's new, but one person. See, every time I do something where it's a marathon or we have an award show or heck, just really good food and I want to hang out for dinner and she comes to Vegas, I got to get my buddy Emily to come on. So Emily Baker is here and her law nerds I know are going to be like, what? We didn't know she was going. Emily, are you out there? Uh-oh. Muted.
Sorry, we're professionals here, people. Professionals. It's good to see you. It's been a long day. I streamed for almost 3 hours today, and it's just sometimes my brain is a little slow.
Wait. You streamed for almost 3 hours today, and now you are on with me.
Yes, of course I'm on with you. It's International Women's Day. We're here. We're here to chat. I love chatting with you.
I love chatting with you.
We just get to now share our conversation with the internet. We get to catch up. It's kind of like a FaceTime on the internet.
Yeah, it's kind of like a public FaceTime. We have to work on that more often. So I noticed no purple hair. Purple in the background.
It's purple.
Oh, it's purple. It's a different.
It's definitely lighter purple. It is about to go galaxy, so I had to let some of the purple moot down so that it could go galaxy.
Okay,
so we're almost at 200,000. It's gonna be blue and pink and purple, kind of like the colors of my new tattoos. It's going to be very bright. So we're about to do that because we're almost at 200,000 subscribers over on YouTube.
What? Okay, It was October 2020. I remember it well. You probably had 5,000 or so followers about then.
I crossed 5,000 like right on Halloween because I was on Halloween. I was so excited about it. And I remember like being out trick-or-treating with my kids being like, oh my God, we just hit 500, like 5,000, me manifesting the 500,000. Oh my God, we just hit 5,000 subscribers. I was so excited. So Halloween 2020, 5,000 subscribers.
And now we're about to cross it. I'm saying we're because, I'm part of the family and I support you in every way.
Absolutely part of the family.
About 200,000 people have subscribed. Let's tell everybody what they're subscribing to. If they're not a law nerd yet, they need to be a law nerd. What's going on? Let's talk about it.
I'm Emily D. Baker. I am a legal analyst, legal commentator focusing on pop culture lawsuits and breaking them down so everybody can understand. So if you are curious about the law behind the headlines, I've got you. So I take the lawsuits and break them down. Sometimes I go over them fresh look and I'm like, what is this even? But we do more than just what the headlines are, which is generally not the whole story. And then we follow those cases all the way through. So with cases like a Josh Duggar reality TV or former reality TV star, we covered it from arrest all the way through now post-conviction motions and sentencing next month. So it's not just this happened and it's done. I cover, and the law nerds are along for the ride with me, these cases in a more in-depth way than you're going to get on, your traditional 3-minute soundbite.
And yes, you're a legal commentary, and people are probably thinking, yes, she has her own team, but you're a part of every broadcast that you do, every story you cover. You do your own homework and reach out and connect and do all of that. How do you have the time? Because you're also a mom, a wife, you're, a lawyer. I mean, you got, what did you tell me? I paid a lot of money for that ESQ behind my name.
I did. I paid a lot of money for those 3 little lotteries. A lot of money. I do all of my own research. So my topic ideas often come from my own interest and then the law nerd interest and then topical, like news topical lawsuits. But I do all my own reading because I want to know, my audience wants my analysis of it. And I can't have someone else analyze something for me to analyze that. Then I'm just a news reader. And that's not really what I want to do. I want to think through it. I want to know the facts of it. I want to really get into a case or get out, read it and be like, I'm done. Nope. But I want to make those decisions. So yes, I do have help now that I am a full-time content creator because I do YouTube twice a week and I have a podcast that goes live in audio and video once a week. So it is a lot of cases. Not as much as when I was a DA, though. Someone asked me the other day, they're like, are you covering as many cases as you handled when you were a deputy district attorney? And I'm like, That's adorable. No, I cover way less cases than I was managing as a deputy district attorney in Los Angeles. So it's nice, but my life works with it and I've found ways to work with it. My kids are doing homework at night, so I take, my cases on my iPad and go sit on the couch while they're doing homework and do my work too. So I found ways to kind of integrate it with my life anyway. Let's be honest. I'd be reading half of these things anyway. Like, I wanna know what's happening anyway. Like, I wanna cover these stories anyway. I wanna know what's going on with the Britney Spears conservatorship and Jen Shaw going to prison for fraud. Like, I want to know anyway.
Now, it's International Women's Day. I know somebody's out there watching going, I'm a district attorney. I'm in law school. I want to go to law school and I'd love to be a legal commentator. What would you tell them?
Work first. Don't just be a legal commentator. You need experience to bring understanding to how things work. If you are thinking about going to law school, go. Law school needs more diversity in backgrounds, how people, where people are from in the country, race, gender, even though women are now outpacing men in law, which I think is a great, because I find that oftentimes women are able to reach agreement in a way that is different than the way men negotiate things, which is fine, though I think that is also partly generational and is changing. But do it. Even if you're like, oh, well, I was a computer science major, there's room in the law. Oh, well, I wanted to major in social media management. There is still room in the law for you. I am neurodivergent, dyslexic, ADHD, and I changed careers in my 40s. Like, if you want to do it, just make it happen. You can do it.
You want to do it, just make it happen.
Let
me ask you, if you the queen of the law nerds, if you weren't doing what you do right now today, and you still were not district attorney, assistant district attorney anymore, what would you be doing? What would you be doing? What does Emily love to do when nobody knows?
I would probably be doing more archery. I love competitive archery. Bows and arrows.
How did I not know this?
I swear we've talked about this. I'll show you pictures next time we're together. We'll go. You know what? There's a great place in Vegas. We can go shoot together next time I'm in Vegas.
Get out. I've always wanted. Okay, see, this is why I love this woman. She's
we'll
always
go to Aces and Arrows.
Surprise.
It's going to be fantastic. We'll have so much fun. So we'll go shoot bows and arrows, but I love archery, but I don't think I would have found archery if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now. Cause my oldest is like, we need a hobby. I'm like, I do need a hobby. I can't just work all the time. And he was the one who really encouraged me to come with him and join this sport that we can do together. So we can do it together. And I love that.
That's great. That's fantastic. What would you tell someone who wants to change careers? They're maybe not in legal, maybe they're a chef or they're a police officer, or their kids are just grown and now they've got time on their hands and they're trying to find their way. How would you direct them to finding their way?
Well, you're going to make mistakes. Know that it's not going to be perfect. And the first thing you do is probably not where you're going to land. And that's okay. Be up for the adventure. Like, embrace the spirit of adventure with switching what you're doing. Ask yourself how you want to spend your days. And I have found that leaning into the thing you're doing when you're procrastinating might be the right direction to lean in. Because when I was procrastinating doing other work, I was looking at, people.com and usweekly.com and seeing what was going on with celebrities and talking to people about the cast of the Jersey Shore way back in the day. So I realized that I had an interest and always have in pop culture, and there was room to bring the legal into it, because it's really just what I wanted to talk about with my friends anyway. And I've just expanded that friend group onto the internet with the Law Nerds. So ask yourself how you want to spend your day. And look at what you do when you're procrastinating other things. If you're like, God, I wish I had more time to go bake cookies, maybe that's what the thing is.
Ooh, plus cookies are delicious. Okay, wait a minute.
Cookies are delicious. And not only that, but cookie content on the internet is like killing it right now. Like, cookie content on TikTok and Instagram Reels is smashing.
I might have to start baking cookies. Okay, so you came onto my show a year ago plus now, and
we had it was before my podcast was on video, and you yelled at me about it. You were like,
I did.
Love, what are you doing?
Exactly. All the law nerds, you can thank me now, because I'm the one that told her to, after she hangs up with me, get her butt somewhere and buy a camera.
Yeah, and make coffee mugs. Those are
and
both
make
of
coffee
Tigo's.
mugs.
So law nerds that love the coffee mugs, those are both Tigo's insistences.
There you go. There you go. I have to tell you, I've been watching you do your thing. I'm doing this marathon today. It's one day. But if there's something big going on in the field that you follow, that particular case, you can be on for hours at a time just going through it. How do you handle that? How do you keep your energy up? How do you keep focused?
I pick things that I like talking about, and I find that that is what keeps me focused. I also enjoy live streaming because I like to interact with the law nerds. If I was
Mhm.
just sitting and recording something, I would get bored and distracted. But I have, 3,000, 5,000 people there with me. You are going to be there with them and be like, we're getting through it together. There have been nights that we have been going through like 500-page documents. I'm like, we're going to do this, you guys. We've got this. We're going through it. And we have gone through hundreds and hundreds of pages of legal documents together and had that conversation. So it's kind of like being out with a large group and you're just chatting and then you're like, "Oh, I should probably go to bed." That's what it is.
People look up and they say, you're going to run into haters. We all do. It's like the more you're out in front, the more haters you get. It's part of it. How do you handle that? Do you get the negative mail or anything like that? Do you
Oh, of
just
course I do.
ignore it, or do you just address it on your show and be like, look, it is what it is?
I think there's a difference between haters and valid concerns or criticisms.
Yeah.
Valid concerns, questions, criticisms, I will try to engage with. If somebody wants to have a conversation, like, I don't like that you said this, or maybe you came across like you were more on this side than that side covering this case, or why did you say that? Um, I will have that conversation and engage in it. We all are learning and growing as humans, and that's one of the most amazing things about being human. We should learn and grow. But if it's just haters, like your face and your voice are annoying, I'm just like, okay, I'm not for you. Don't watch. It's just like, I don't listen to music I don't like and then complain like, this music is the worst. I hate it. It's not for me. I'm not for everyone. And I don't want to be for everyone. I want to be for the law nerds, and the people who aren't here for the community I'm creating are free to find a spot that is good for them. So I'm sorry if I take up space in their brain. I really don't want to. If you don't like me, it's okay. You can go. You're free. You're free to make your own choices.
You guys, you leave Emily alone. She's family. You have any
No,
problems, you
but
let me know.
whenever you're on the internet, there are going to be people who don't understand you or don't want to. And that's more of
Mhm.
a reflection where they are. If a lot of the law nerds are like, girl, why did you do this? Then it's time to have a conversation with my community about a case I covered or didn't cover, or why I covered something the way I did. And that's a valid conversation. So I try to parse the two. Some of the haters are just funny. I got somebody who was complaining about my chest on Twitter and the fact that I had like a
What?
tank top on and like a zip up, and you could see that I had cleavage, and it was the most hilarious conversation. And I shared it on Twitter, and I'm like, I don't normally answer these things, but as a female streamer, I hate to break it to you all, but I actually do have boobs. Like I do. I have them. They are there. They are there on my chest. They change height a little bit with age, but they're there. And we had a really good conversation about people trying to attack female streamers by their body or wearing makeup or not wearing makeup. And I thought we had a really great conversation. Some of it was hilarious and some of it was just like, what is this? Why do you feel the need to attack the way I look? If you don't like something I
Right.
said, then come with a better argument. So, and we had a
And
great
this
conversation over that too.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's just that they don't know what to do with their time, so they're just picking on whatever. Before I let you get out of the hot seat, because unfortunately I'm running out of time again. Before I
Chico, you
let you get out
schedule
of the
these
hot
things
seat,
very short, and the law nerds are gonna be like, "Emily's never talked this little and actually stopped on time."
not true,
Chico
because
schedules
you
things
did
so
a
quick.
1 minute YouTube. You did a 1 minute YouTube.
I've done a few YouTube shorts. They are very challenging for me. People are like, "You should do reels every day." I'm like, "Do you know how hard it is to do anything in 30 seconds, please? Or 60?" Like, "Oh, Twitter, TikTok added 10-minute videos." I'm like, Okay, 10 minutes I can work with."
You know, you and I have been kicking around ideas together to do some stuff together, and at some point our schedules are going to line up and we're going to do
Yes.
it,
The
and
heavens are
then
gonna open
and
up and sing, and we're gonna be like, "Ah."
There it is. There it is. But until that time, I bug you every time I'm doing something. I got to call my Emily and say, "Hey, can you come out? Can you?" Because you're so much fun and you have so much great information. But before I let you out of this hot seat, I have been wanting to ask this question for a year.
Okay.
Every time that, oh, pretty nails. Every time, yeah, there's a big day, like you're about to cross 200,000 people as a subscription, the hair changes. Why does the hair change when
It's
something major happens in your life?
it started as a joke with the law nerds. First of all, I think hair changes for women particularly can mark something of significance or like a coming of age or needing a change. Like when women start drastically changing their hair, something is going to happen. They are ready for it. But for me, I was joking on a live stream with my audience, like, don't worry, when we hit 100,000, we'll do something crazy and like dye my hair purple. And I kind of threw it out there and they're like, yes, we should. And so we're like, well, what do we do at 200,000? And we're like, galaxy hair. So I had always wanted to be able to do something more fun. I was in a very buttoned up profession for a very long time. And I feel like we get to embrace who we are. And, you know, when I got into my 40s, I really stopped caring about what anybody else thought, much to my mother's disappointment. She's like, your hair is purple. I'm like, it is. And I love it. I feel like I should have been born with purple hair. I don't know what genetics would make that happen, but I'm disappointed that I was not. So somehow, mom, this is probably your fault. But I love it. And it just felt like the ultimate, like, I'm going to be the person who I am. I'm going to be in my 40s. I'm going to be on the internet. I am going to have a law degree and 15 years experience and purple hair and tattoos and use curse words. And it's going to be great. And you know what? I've got a community around me that is like, yes, we are here for all of that. You be you, we'll be us. And let's all have a conversation about the law.
You're amazing. You know,
You're
you
amazing.
were
I miss you.
you were I love you too. And you were one of our honorees for not for the Now Honors last year. I thank you for that. You know, it's coming up. We moved to October. I'm crossing my fingers. I believe you said we could get you in the schedule and you could come.
Yep.
I can't wait for you to be here and be a part of it live. Then we're going to be actually on stage and having a good time. And yes, for all the law nerds, we'll figure out a way because this is live and in person.
Yep.
But we're recording it. We're a production company. We'll figure out a way for you to see Emily on our stage. We'll make that happen. Yeah, because I don't want the hate mail of why did you do that and we can't see her. So I'm so happy that you agreed to come out. You're always, whenever I call, you come, and that is absolutely amazing.
You are one of my people. I adore you. I appreciate you. And if you're like, Emily, let's do this. If I can make it happen, I am so down, which is why anytime I'm going to be through Vegas, I'm like, are you free? Can we have steak? And then we sit and talk for like 4 hours and it's the
and
best.
caviar, because you introduced me to caviar. I was like, oh my God, my mother's somewhere going, what are you doing?
We had, what else did we have? We had carpaccio too. That was
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. Before I let you go, I got to ask you, what does International Women's Day mean to you?
You know, it's so funny because I was in such a male dominated career. There's an understanding among women that is unspoken. And I don't know if men have that too, but there is a really amazing supportive sisterhood when you find women who are your people. And that is something that's super important to me. I also think reminding people that you can be who you want to be. And don't let the norms guide you, because I did some of that growing up, like, oh, women don't do this, women don't do this. And I'm not here for it anymore. And I love that we're in 2022 and things aren't so limited that way anymore. So I think it's something to keep celebrating. And it's a really powerful thing. The conversations and the confidence among women is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
All right, my friend, we got to carve out a time, maybe next month or something, that we can just get on and go for as long as both of us can go. Ooh, that could be forever. We could be there forever. Okay, we're gonna have to have a limit.
You're streaming an entire day. We'll have to put some bumpers around it.
Yeah, we'll have to
we'll
put
just
some
bring
bumpers.
booze on and get to the point where we just can't anymore, and then that'll work too.
We picked up tequila in Mexico while we were there. This could be interesting.
We got some
I
whiskey. It's been a while since we had a
woohoo!
drinking stream. We should just have a chitty chat. But I know you've got wonderful and amazing guests coming up, and I don't want to take over your time. So
I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for
I
carving
appreciate
out the time today. Enjoy the rest of International Women's Day because you are a fantastic person and
So
an
are you. Thank
amazing
you for
woman.
doing what you do, and thank you for the light that you bring to the internet. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you soon.
Yeah, I'll see you soon. Thank you for buying cameras and going live. I appreciate you. Bye bye.
Always.